Hey everyone, Shabim here and welcome back to some more of the WWE 2K19 Universe Mode. This is our next episode of AEW, fresh off the back of Fyter Fest, and I'm still not very well, so I do apologise if I sound a bit weird. Here we go then, opening match of the evening. We have got Brian Pillman Jr. going one-on-one against the current CZW Wired champion, of course, won the belt this last weekend gone, Darby Allin. So this is Pillman's first appearance, I believe. No, I think he's part of one of the Battle Royals, wasn't he? So I think this is his first singles appearance in this Universe Mode for AEW. As a group I want to use a bit more of course, the New Age Foundation. So we do have Pillman Jr., Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Teddy Hart as well. So we'll be utilising them. Of course, we do have another tag team match coming up for you tonight. Another triple threat tag team match. The winner of that will be added to next week's triple threat tag team #1 contendership match. And that is with, where it was supposed to be 3 debuting teams, but it's only 2 debuting teams now, as we will have the New Era Foundation. We will have the Dark Order, and of course, as we saw yesterday in Fyter Fest, we will also have the New Day. So a lot of cool stuff happening tonight. We've also got Pentagon Jr. versus Jimmy Havoc in tonight's main event of the evening. So this should be interesting. I mean, if Pillman Jr. was to get a win here over Darby Allin, that would definitely strengthen Pillman Jr.'s argument for potentially a Wired Championship match at the next Combat Zone Wrestling show, which is going to be Aerial Assault. But at the same time, if Darby Allin does win here, he's just going to continue to build his momentum. Of course, Darby Allin had a fantastic weekend, not only winning the Wired Championship from Phoenix at Combat Zone Wrestling, but also defeating Cody one-on-one at Fyter Fest as well. So, yeah, he's had a great weekend, has Darby Allin. Stiff right hand before now sending Brian Pillman Jr. into the corner, clothesline in the back. Allin now bringing Pillman Jr. back up to his feet. Clubbing blow. And now Darby Allin is in control. Pillman though fighting back now, sending Darby Allin up. Spring off the ropes into a Falcon Arrow. Once again, I do apologise if I sound rough as hell. It's because I am rough as hell, but the problem is now we've got our schedule in place with certain shows on certain days. I don't want to upload things late, because if I do, then I've got to catch up. So I want to fight through it. Hopefully you guys are still going to enjoy the show. I think I've got my voice back quite a bit today, actually. I mean, it was really rough. I've been recording some FIFA and that this morning just to try and get my voice back. So hopefully now it's a lot better than what it was. It's not as rough as it was. I mean, it was pretty bad during Impact yesterday as well. I'm hoping it'll be better for Ring of Honor tomorrow. Darby Allin back up to his feet. Big elbows in the gut of Pillman. Big chop across the chest, and Pillman taking Darby Allin down. Pillman now bringing Allin back up to his feet. Allin fighting him though with the 2 big elbows in the gut and a big one in the chest as well. Darby Allin now twisting the neck of Pillman Jr. into a neck breaker. Pillman Jr. fighting back with the uppercuts. A boot in the gut, but no. It was caught by Darby Allin, who clotheslines Pillman. Allin now heading... Nope, I thought he was going to go up to the top, but no, he's going to what looks like could be a springboard here. Springboard. Nice, massive uppercut by Darby Allin on Pillman. There's the pin. Will it be enough? 1, 2, and 3 it is. Darby Allin, massive win for him. The Wired Champion continues his weekend of dominance. Massive win at the Combat Zone Wrestling pay-per-view to become the Wired Champion. Big win at AEW yesterday at Fyter Fest against Cody. And now backing up with another strong win here against Brian Pillman Jr. in Pillman's debut here in AEW. Darby Allin, I'll tell you, he's a man. He's got a future. He's got a big future. Not just in real life, but our universe mode as well. Where will he end up next? I tell you what, it wouldn't be a bad shout for an opportunity over at New Japan in the junior heavyweights, would he? If we do a best of the Super Juniors tournament in New Japan, Darby Allin's definitely the sort of guy that would be a good shout for that, I think. And here we go then, triple threat elimination tag team rules. We have got the Dark Order, we have got the New Era Foundation, and of course, as per their debut yesterday, we have got the New Day. What do you think of the cause? I mean, it's the first time you've seen the Dark Order and the New Era Foundation, so what do you think of the cause? I feel like this is definitely the New Era Foundation is someone we could definitely see in AEW at some point. Of course, with Davey Boy Smith Jr. leaving New Japan. However, I believe he's been offered a lot of jobs elsewhere in Japan. But he wanted to work Impact as well. But maybe he could work AEW as part of this. AEW seem to have gone for a lot of teams who have... a lot of people have been part of MLW. So maybe that is what they're going to go for again as wow. Almost an elimination very early on. Davey Boy Smith Jr. sits out powerbomb on Stupefied, or Stu Grayson. Is it Stu Grayson, isn't it? Yeah. But this should be interesting. This, of course, we already know that the first two teams into that #1 contendership match next week then is Best Friends and SCU. The winner of this team will join them in another triple threat elimination tag team match. The winner of that one will get the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. So that's 9 tag teams that have been given this opportunity. As we know, tag team wrestling is one of the key things here in AEW. And that's exactly what we are building upon here. Adding some fantastic teams in. Davey Boy Smith Jr. has Evil Uno up high then. Uno able to break free. And I feel like we're going to do some more tag team work. I'm thinking PWG could have their DDT 4 festival. We'll get some cracking tag teams in there. Essentially a bit like the Battle Los Angeles, but tag team based. But that's going to be a big weekend, and I want to make sure that I'm ahead of everything else before I start doing. Like I said before, once I'm ahead on my videos, then we'll start to look at doing some other stuff like a G1 or a Best of the Super Juniors sort of tournament alongside the normal shows. Pin here by Evil Uno on Davey Boy Smith Jr. Not even a 1 count though. Grayson bringing Kofi back up to his feet with a nice drop kick as Uno now sending Davey Boy Smith Jr. off the ropes, pops him up and lands him face first. I think the New Era Foundation are also going to be available on Lucha Underground. New Day. I feel like New Day should probably work a bit of Impact as well, I think. I don't know why, I just feel like they might suit Impact. I don't think they'd suit Ring of Honor or New Japan. I think New Day, probably Impact and AEW will be their sort of home grounds. I mean, Impact could probably do with another strong tag team. Another good trio as well they could probably put up against another trio. I mean, New Day versus SCU's got to happen at some point. Of course, if you've not seen it already, New Day made their debuts yesterday at AEW's Fight for the Fallen when they faced off against Kenny Omega and the Bucks in a 6-man tag elimination match. As Evil Uno now rolling Kofi across into a Boston Crab, but Kofi able to break free. Of course, don't forget, we've still got the main event for you here this evening as well, which, of course, is Pentagon going one-on-one in a Falls Count Anywhere match against Jimmy Havoc. Kofi fighting back, catching Stupefied with the elbows in the face. Teddy Hart there now rolling across Kofi as there's the big ending by Big E on Stupefied. This could be a big elimination here. 1, 2, and no, Stupefied able to kick out. Wow, that could have been a big elimination, eliminating one half of the New Order. The Dark Order. I remember, I mean, a lot of people, the Dark Order's brand new for them, but I obviously watched a lot of PWG a few years ago, and obviously I know them as the Super Smash Brothers, when they were Stupefied and Player Uno. Then they went heel, went to Dark Order, and became Stupefied and Evil Uno. Nice German suplex there by Davey Boy Smith Jr. on Uno, as now trading blows. Teddy Hart catching Big E. We're not 100% sure Teddy Hart is allowed in this Whether he's allowed in this state, we'll have to double check. See if there's any police troopers outside when we finish. Davey Boy Smith Jr. now with Evil Uno up and slams him down in the running power slam. Only a 2 count. Uno fighting his way back up to his feet, but Davey Boy Smith Jr. catches him once again. No eliminations as of yet, but a lot of damage has been done. Kofi rolling Stupefied through, and Stupefied catching him though with the boot in the face. Evil Uno switching positions with Davey Boy Smith Jr. now taking him up onto the top turnbuckle. Davey Boy Smith Jr. breaking free there with a boot in the face and into a belly-to-belly slam. As Big E sending Teddy Hart back in as well. Big E now utilising his weight with a big splash across the apron. That stiff right hand there by Evil Uno, right in the face of Davey Boy Smith Jr., who fights back and catches Evil Uno with the big boot. And Davey Boy Smith Jr., I think he was going for Big E and accidentally super kicked the referee. Bit brutal, you know, but it does what it does. Nice takedown there by Stupefied on Kofi, now dropping a knee right in the face. Stupefied now bringing Kofi back up. Still no eliminations yet in this match. Stupefied though, half and half suplex, dropping Kofi flat on his face. As we see Big E once again going for that splash across the apron. Nice over the top cutter by Stupefied, but Kofi pops straight back up into a running double foot stomp, taking Stupefied down. Kofi bringing Stupefied back up to a seated base for taking him down with the over-the-top cutter. Stupefied now rolling Kofi through before stalking the grounded Kofi, who rolls to the outside wisely. Or is this actually his finisher? I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. Either way, he drops to the ground down below as Davey Boy Smith Jr., though, stalking Evil Uno inside the ring, taking him up into that sit-out powerbomb. He goes for the pin and Kofi's got Stupefied down. And that is our first elimination. Evil Uno, one half of the Dark Order, is out of this match. Stupefied is now on his own. Teddy Hart with a boot in the gut of Big E, then slams him down into that suplex powerbomb. He went for the sit-out but didn't stay in for the pin though. Now he goes for the pin. Stupefied blocked off Kofi there for a second, and it was enough. Kofi just didn't get there in time, and Big E is eliminated. So we've got one member of the Dark Order left, one member of New Day left, and both members of the New Era Foundation. Wow. Okay. Nice power slam there by Teddy Hart on Kofi Kingston. Davey Boy throwing Stupefied back into him before dropping an elbow into the face as well. It's looking very likely here that the New Era Foundation are going to be making their way into this Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match. Kofi stalking, and there's the SOS kick. Is that the no? It's Danger in Paradise. I don't know Kofi's moveset very well, to be honest with you. Danger in Paradise? No, is that a TV program? Stranger in Paradise? Is SOS? I don't know. Either way, it's an elimination, and we're down now to one member of each team. Okay. As Davey Boy Smith Jr. now locked into this Koji clutch. If he taps as well, both members know. To say both members of the New Order will be out the Dark Order, sorry, will be out very, very soon. So we're down to essentially a triple threat match now. The winner of this triple threat match is going to next week's #1 contendership match. There's that big kick once again by Kofi, this time on Davey Boy Smith Jr., but it looks like Stupefied wants to be the one to get the pin, but he was too close to the ropes. Kofi, annoyed with that, just slammed right in the back of him, and that's the SOS, isn't it? But again, too close to the ropes. Is that the SOS? I don't remember Kofi's moveset, to be honest. Stupefied looking to block the clothesline, into a suplex of his own. Now stalking the grounded Kofi. But Dave Smith catches him into a belly-to-belly slam. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Out of nowhere, Dave Smith Jr. eliminates Stupefied. Kofi now dropping Dave Smith Jr. on his back. Back up to a standing base. Rolls him through into a neck. No. Dave Boy is able to break free from the neck breaker. Now sending Kofi into the corner. Spins him round. Before hoisting him up onto the top. What does Davey have planned here? What is he thinking here, Davey? He's got Kofi up and he's going to go super power. Oh my god, super power slam. That has got to be enough for the New Era Foundation to get their championship match. Of course it is. That was massive. That was a massive, massive maneuver there by Dave Boy Smith Jr. and a huge win in what I would suggest was the underdog in that match. I really would. Wow, great victory then. Really good victory for the New Era Foundation. Like I said, they'll be facing Best Friends and SCU next week to become the #1 contenders for the Young Bucks AEW Tag Team Championships. Very interesting match, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that one. And let's say we've got another one next week to crown the #1 contenders. But that is your tag team action for the night. We now move on to some more hardcore action, hopefully. As we have Pentagon Jr. versus Jimmy Havoc. Falls Count Anywhere. And here we go then. Falls Count Anywhere between Pentagon Jr. and Jimmy Havoc. Two men that were involved in our Combat Zone Wrestling Todd tournament, of course, over the weekend. I don't know. I mean, the tournament was enjoyable. It was decent, but it just wasn't hardcore, was it? And the problem is with this game is it just doesn't seem to want to get into that hardcore Extreme Rules style. It just doesn't seem to want to. Especially even though I put some hardcore wrestlers in, like Nick Gage and them sort of people, which we are keeping on the roster. So the Hardcore Championship will still be up for grabs on future Combat Zone Wrestling shows. Like I said, we'll keep the likes of Nick Gage and Matt Tremont and Sabu and Jun Kazai and people like that. We might add some more as well, but yeah, I've just been disappointed it just wasn't as hardcore as I was hoping for. And hopefully tonight can compensate for that a little bit. However, both guys seem pretty much inside the ring at this point in time. Pentagon not quite deciding what he wants to do next. Now he goes double foot stomp. Just as Jimmy Havoc was getting back up to his feet, he did ram right on the spine of Jimmy Havoc, but at the same time, landed pretty iffy himself, but he is going back up to the top once again. Looking for an elbow, and this time misses, and Havoc catches him now with the boots right in the side of the head of Pentagon. Not a comfortable position to be in as Havoc now drops into the pin. One. Only a 1 count. Havoc now bringing Pentagon back up to his feet. There's a boot in the guts. For sending Pentagon into the corner. Nice running clothesline into the back. Pentagon now jawbreaker on Jimmy Havoc. Up now into a Hurricanrana. Nice clothesline, taking Havoc over the top. Pentagon now brings Jimmy Havoc back up to his feet. Clubbing blow, boot to the shin as well. Pentagon taking Havoc down. Remember, it's Falls Count Anywhere. It will count out here. And oh, it's almost enough. Havoc, though, pops it through into a 1 count of his own. Boot across the chest of Pentagon. Big slap across the face. Now Havoc into a neck breaker on the outside as well. Havoc bringing Pentagon back up. Pentagon, though, playing possum, catching Havoc. Now looking for that package Michinoku driver on the outside. Damage done. Pentagon doesn't go for the pin, though. He looks to try and continue the assault, but the Hurricanrana attempt is reversed into Almost like a front electric chair, inverted electric chair. As Havoc here with a neck breaker now on Pentagon. Again, bringing Pentagon back up to his feet. For catching with a rake to the eyes. Again, bringing Pentagon up to his feet. Havoc looking for the jab, but Pentagon moves out the way as Havoc then slashes him across the face with the nails. Havoc now taking Pentagon up, dropping him in the crunchy on the outside. Shoulders and back of the head first on to that thin 1 inch. If that matting, it does not protect you well against that concrete at all. Pentagon slides free from the suplex into a neck breaker. Now bringing Havoc back up to his feet. Boot in the gut and then, oh no, not on the outside. Pentagon taking Havoc up. Package pile driver on the outside. Surely that's going to be enough to defeat Jimmy Havoc. The referee standing so far away. 1, 2, and 3. And Pentagon Jr. picks up a strong victory here at AEW in tonight's main event. I have a plan for Pentagon at the pay-per-view. So we'll have to wait until that pans out. I mean, I'm looking to maybe have Pentagon as part of a #1 contendership match. Alongside some other big names in AEW. So that's what I'm looking at doing, and that victory there really just strengthens his position in that match, I think. So there we go. Good win here for Pentagon. A very interesting night in general. Great win for Darby Allin over Brian Pillman Jr. Great win for the New Era Foundation to qualify for the #1 contendership tag team championship match. Is that right? #1 contendership for the year, that's the right words. And then, of course, Pentagon getting this strong victory over Jimmy Havoc. Pentagon El Zero. And we're going to have a bit of Pentagon later on this week. He's due to be in the Lucha Underground show, isn't he? Teaming up alongside, was it? I can't remember which way it is now. Is it Pentagon and Bray Wyatt versus Mil Muertes and... I don't remember. We'll find out on Friday anyway. Hopefully my voice will be better by then anyway. Right, that is the end of tonight's show. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back tomorrow with your episode of Ring of Honor. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.